will you please give a massive welcome, and welcome online as well, the fantastic Alison Thewliss. Thank you, Alison. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're so kind. Thank you very much. And for me, it feels as though, you know, I wasn't doing anything unusual or extraordinary about this. There is an injustice here, and when you see an injustice, you have to fight on it, and you have to stand up for people who've been affected by that injustice. So that's why I've done what I've done. There is a clear unfairness here that the pandemic hit, people were affected, folk were losing their jobs, and the government had a choice here. And the government decided that they were going to exclude 3 million people from support schemes without justification, without reason, in the face of solutions being proposed by all of the different excluded groups, whether you're a PAYE freelancer or a limited company director, all solutions were proposed on every single group that was excluded from that support. And it has been this Tory government's choice not to listen to those solutions, to say, oh, it's too hard, it's too difficult, or we can't do that somehow or other. While on the other hand, we've got the debate happening in the main chamber of Parliament today of the amount of money that's been handed out to their pals and their cronies, public money at eye-watering levels of money that have gone to people who didn't even provide what they were supposed to provide in the first place, while people have gone without. And I've got constituents in Glasgow who have not received anything from the government. They weren't even entitled in many cases to universal credit either, which the government is saying, oh yeah, you could have that, not an option for lots of people. So it just seems to me entirely unjustifiable, whatever way you look at this, whatever perspective you look at this, on whatever your politics is, that there is no reason why you would punish this group of 3 million people for circumstances that they could do nothing about. And I will continue to highlight that injustice whenever I can, because it remains an injustice. It remains something which, you know, they think you should forgive and forget, and I think in this case we should certainly do neither, because what has been done here is unfair and should be remembered. And when it comes round to this finance bill, this budget that's just gone through, again we need to look at what's happening next for self-employed people as well. They shouldn't be punished yet again through this budget process and through this finance bill. So we need to find ways of making this right. We need to find ways of restoring that imbalance, and I will continue to challenge this government on this in any way that I can, because to me there is no justification, and the government should put it right, and they should apologise to each and every one of you for the hell that people have been through. And I know from the stories that I've heard in my constituency, from lots of you guys here today, the hell that people have been through. And if they want to have businesses as the lifeblood of their economy, they have to recognise what they've done here. Because people take a risk setting up their own companies, or freelancing, or working for themselves. And it wouldn't, you know, if it was me, this past 18 months, I would go, is that risk worth it? Is it? Because you want people to be entrepreneurial and work for themselves, and that's very much the ethos that they like to expound from in there. But I think they need to put that right. If they want to try and grow the economy, they need to grow it with everybody in it. They cannot leave people behind, and this is what they have done here. And I will continue to fight for that injustice. And I want to thank you all for coming here today, for the folk who are online, for keeping pursuing this as well. Because when there is an unfairness, you need to fight it, and I think we can all fight that together. And thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you, Alison, and as I said, once again, thank you from all the excluded community. You're an absolute legend on social media. We're all sharing and mentioning you. Thank you so much. Absolutely, from the start to where we are today, you've been a supporter and a fighter for us, and from all of us, and even those that sadly are no longer here, that we're being a voice for. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you. Thank you, Alison Thewliss.